Yo, so right now, my brother is flying in from Maryland just for me to cut his hair. So I'm about to go pick him up from the airport, see what his hair is looking like, and then go from there.
I feel like we're playing Russian roulette.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. What's up, y'all? We are back again and cutting my brother up. Like I said before, he flew all the way down from Maryland just to get this transformation cut. My boy is graduating college, man. Congrats to him from Georgetown University. So I couldn't be more proud of the kid. In this new chapter of his life, he wanted to cut his hair off, and me being a barber and being his big brother, he didn't want nobody else to do it but me. So luckily for me, I get to deal with this disaster. So we cut the hair off. Now we're brushing it to try to get it to lay down. This was about two and a half years of growth, so you can only imagine how the hair was going crazy. So we try to lay it down as best as possible. I think I tried to lay it down like 2 or 3 different times. I initially went in with like a 4, and then we went down to a 3 is what we're using right now. And you can see on the top of his head, it's trying to go back. The direction of the hair is literally trying to go back to where it was standing up. So now we have some forming cream. So now we're gonna brush it again. We're gonna rag him up and then blow dry his hair, and then get into this haircut. So we usually, but we had an overhead dryer in the shop, but it broke, so I'm using the Dyson blow dryer with the diffuser. As you see, it's laid pretty good, so let's get into this cut. So I'm gonna just go around and make all my guidelines, and then we're gonna get into this fade. I'm starting with the blade open, going up about 1 inch, making sure I have a nice clean section, and then starting from the bottom with the blade all the way closed, going up 1/4 inch at a time until we reach the blade back open. So now I'm going in with my number 1 guard, and then making my next panel, and then we're going to blend the 1 into the blade open. As you can see here, my clipper is closed, so we're working on getting that initial line out. Now I got my half guard on there. Half guard is going to help that transition. And now we're moving on to blend into the top of the head. So now I got my number 2. I'm using the cordless wall senior. Now I got my 1.5. We're going to try to marry that 1 open section to that number 2. He doesn't have the easiest grain of hair to cut either, so I gotta constantly go over and over and over and over and over. I wasn't really liking how it was coming out at first, so that's why you'll see me go over it a lot. Now I got the number 3 back on the clipper and trying to blend the sides. I think it's super important that when you're blending or doing a taper, that you want to make sure that the transition from the side taper to the neck taper is smooth, because a lot of times when we do tapers, right over the ear is like extra dark, and then we don't want that. We don't want those kind of problems in our life. So now that we're on the neck taper in the back, I'm just going to create my sections first. I want to make sure I'm creating nice big sections since I have a lot of space to work with, and I'm making sure that I'm actually cutting against the grain. You'll see me turning the clippers, manipulating the clippers to actually flow against the grain of his hair, because as you can see on that bottom left side, it starts to hook towards his ear. So now we're going to go in. Now we're going to go in and blend those panels together. Same steps we did on the side, blade open or bald to blade open, and then the 1 closed using the half guard, and then we'll move on to the number 2 as you see here. And then so there's a 3 on the side, so we just want to make sure we got a nice smooth transition. And I'll tell you what, bro, this is like one of the best neck tapers I did. Neck tapers is something that, I can say that I don't want to say I struggle with, but they don't always come out perfect, or they take a little bit more work than others. But when I saw this neck taper, I was super pleased with it. Yeah, this cut really came out fire, especially for the transformation it was. So as you can see, that even with my initial system on the side, this taper is boo-boo. Like, I'm not letting him leave with this kind of taper. So we're gonna go back into it and go over it again. You know, it's not always necessarily gonna be good on the first try, but it's important that you remember your steps and remember that it's about gradients, and remember that it's not always gonna be perfect. So you can just go back and fix it. Don't get too caught up on the struggle part. Just stick to what you know and get it done. So as you see, I'm touching up some areas in the neck. I have my I have a modded senior, so it has an Andis blade on it, and I'm going in and touching up the taper. And now I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna put the line on it so I can see better as far as the transition and the fade, and then I'm gonna clean up the sides some more. This is like the most satisfying part about doing a taper, is that neckline. I'm using my skeleton FXs, using only the corners, and I'm sketching my way all the way through. So once I have that line on it, I can really see what's going on with that taper, and get back to work. So now I'm working on that C cup. As you can see, he's got a couple pimples in his head, so you want to make sure that you avoid those. You don't want to run those over. And like I said, you're only using the corner. So now we're going back with the Babyliss FX clipper, touching it up. And we're just pretty much repeating the same steps, and then just working on that gradients, working on that transition. So after this pass through, after these steps, I definitely feel way better about it. That's the cool thing about recording. I think I say this in every video, is that when you're constantly checking the camera, checking your mirrors, you can see where you mess up, you know. So that's one thing you want to make sure that you're doing. So now we're gonna move on to the other sides, sides. So it's literally the same steps. To get back to what I was saying though about the mirror thing, like, even if you don't feel confident enough to post your work, you just got to make sure that you're at least checking yourself. You know what I mean? So the same way when you go to take a picture, you don't see certain things until you take it. You take it in the middle of the haircut, so that way you don't have to wait until the end and you think you're done to go ahead and detail. So constantly check your mirrors, constantly, look at it through your camera lens, because it'll tell you the truth. You may think you're doing a fire cut, but that camera will tell you otherwise almost every time. So as you can see, this side, the blend is coming out a lot better, at least on the first pass. And then we're gonna line them up. I'm using the Got to Be Glue spray, and still using my Skeleton FX trimmers. And getting that C cut nice and sharp, only using the corners. And before we get into this lineup, I just need y'all to take a moment and say a prayer for my brother. Nothing's wrong with him, but he just got a crooked face. Like, I'm trying to, like, he got one of the hardest lineups of all time, because like his face is just slanted, and it doesn't make it easy. Bro, I'm sorry, but this is just the truth. This is something I've told you plenty of times, that your crooked face makes it very difficult for any barber to put that line up on you, bro. And just look at this. So like, as you can see, the boy has had a struggle line his whole life. Like, so for me to go here and try to make something out of nothing, like, I don't know. It's going to take some hard work. It's going to take some dedication. It's going to take some persistence. It's going to take some faith. It's going to take some hope. It's going to take everything I got to give this boy a hairline that he can actually walk around with. All right? So just bear with me. because I'm gonna do this hairline like 3, 4, maybe 500 times before we get it at a respectable place. All right, but we gonna get it there. Best believe. All right. Sorry, just thinking about it, just all the trauma that I went through to get there, it just makes me emotional. All right, extremely emotional, but I'm okay. I'm okay. So as you can see, it's getting there. Still a little shaky, but it's getting there. Yeah. Going in, cleaning it up now that we got a line, bro. I should have deleted that part of the video. Oh, yeah, I should have deleted that part, because to have the focus on the lineup for that long. All right, cool. We're going back and clean it up. That was no good. Not very good looking. But now we getting it right. So now, yeah, we getting there. So we're going to throw that pencil, that Barber Magic pencil on there. And this lineup gonna be crispy. This is the only like enhancement, I guess you can say, I use on this cut. But just to make the hairline pop a little bit. But I mean, all in all, I think the lineup. I think we did good. I think that this is $100 haircut at least. So like when I told him how much I was gonna charge him, he told me no problem. And I mean, judging from his past, money has never really been an issue. So I think we good. So we gonna finish this lineup. You know what I'm saying? We gonna finish this transformation, and all is gonna be well. If you guys have a barber pencil, while I'm here and while I have your attention, if you guys have a barber pencil with a sharpener that actually works, y'all let me know, because there's nothing more irritating than trying to sharpen those pencils, and as soon as you get halfway to the point that you need, the lead just breaks. So yeah, y'all keep me posted on that one. So boom, that thing's sharp, that thing crisp, that thing is ready. I ain't gonna lie, I think I did a damn good job. Damn good job. Finishing up the lineup, touching it up with the razor, making sure that we remove as much of the pencil as possible, but keeping it on the hairline. We're gonna go all the way through. No half steps. Just clean y'all fingernails. Cleanliness is next to godliness. I've been seeing too many of y'all posting with hella stuff under your fingernails. That does not look healthy for your clients. That would scare me as a client. Fucking thumbnail right there. Look to the left. Look to the right. All right, so there it is. Your boy went from that to that. From whoa to nice. I'll see y'all next time.
With the camera, Daddy. Oh, you just want to take a video of how I'm like talking?
Mm-hmm.
So like when we actually go to school, we actually go to the fence and then we actually see alligators, but we only see alligators or crocodiles. But then after we actually see some of them sleeping, like when one of them were like sleeping, when one of them was sleeping up in the water, like I don't know.